there, stampers. So today I am going to share with you how to use a Stamp-a-ma-jig. This is a tool that has been around for quite a while, but I get lots of questions on how to use it, and when we do use it in class, a lot of people actually really start to appreciate it. So I thought I would give a few quick tips on how to use it. Alright, so when you purchase the tool, you get this positioner. So it's kind of like a little T-shaped thing, and you get a couple of these acrylic sheets or plastic sheets. And there's two different surfaces on the sheets. There's one that's kind of a little bit more textured, and then there's one that's pretty smooth. So I like to use the textured side. Alright, so the stamp set that we're going to be using today is called Label Me Pretty. It's a wood mount stamp set. This, you can also use the Stamp-a-ma-jig on clear mount stamps as well. And photopolymer, you could use it for photopolymer as well, not that you need to though, because they're completely see-through and they make for easy positioning. Alright, so first up I've got a scrap of white, Whisper White cardstock, and I'm using my Archival Basic Black ink just to stamp this border image. So I'm going to ink that up and stamp that down on here. Okay, so now the reason why I want to use my positioner is because I want to position this right in the center of that. Okay, so there's a couple different things that I could do. I could stamp it separately and then use a circle punch to punch it out, but if I just wanted one layer, it would be difficult to kind of ink it up and then get it perfectly centered. So that's where the Stamp-a-ma-jig comes in. So I've got my imaging sheet down, and I'm going to line the imaging sheet right up in the corner of the tool here. And this tool is great for whether you're left-handed or right-handed, because you could do it this way as well. It doesn't matter. Okay, and I've got some Sweet Sugar Plum ink, and I'm just going to ink up my image, and then I'm going to position my image right, or my stamp right in the corner of the tool and stamp down. So now I have my image positioned right in the corner here, exactly how it is on the wood block. Now I'm going to bring in my cardstock and position it where I want it. Okay, so that's where I want it. I'm going to line the positioner right with the corner of the imaging sheet. I'm going to slide the imaging sheet out of the way, but this does not move. I'll re-ink my image, put it right in the corner, and stamp straight down and straight up. So now I've got a perfectly stamped image. And then I can bring in the punch that coordinates and punch it out and then use it on a project. So that is how you use the stamp positioner. Now there's a couple tips that I want to give you. First of all, don't use stays on ink when you go to stamp on your your imaging sheet, because stays on ink is a permanent ink and it will not rub off very easily afterwards. To clean this, you can just use a baby wipe and it wipes off, or you can just run it under tap water as well. As long as you're using just a regular ink and not stays on ink, it comes off really nicely. Okay, so that's how you clean it. The other thing that you can do is, if you've got some vellum cardstock and you've got wood mount stamps, instead of using an imaging sheet and wiping it off and redoing it every time you pull out these stamps, you can use vellum cardstock and just store it in with your stamp set, and that way you know you have it available every time you go to use it. So if there's a stamp that you always find you're pulling out your Stamp-a-ma-jig for, then stamp it on vellum cardstock and then just keep it there, and then that saves you that one step every time you go to use it. That works with wood mount stamps, but it doesn't work with clear mount, because when you mount your clear mount stamps onto the clear mount blocks, it's never the same every time. So yeah, so those are some tips. I hope you found them useful. Thanks for watching.